Mr. Jaipuria, despite 2024 giving about 23-24% return on both the small cap and the mid caps, investors are largely disappointed because last 3 months saw a very sharp erosion in prices for these outperforming assets. You yourself have a huge weightage of smalls and mids in the multi-cap portfolio as also rising stars. How do you see this universe? What are the pockets of outperformance you expect in 2025, and where do you see pain?
So, Shailendra, if we rewind the clock a year ago, go into January of 2024, the very broad consensus was that the small cap, mid cap will underperform the large cap. Large cap will do better than the small and mid cap. And what actually transpired was the opposite of what the broad consensus was, which is like, the small cap did way better than the mid cap did way better than what the large cap did. So it's going to be a tough year. It's not going to be easier either for the small cap or the large cap because a lot of money has got made. Valuations are not cheap. So to that extent, we probably are tempering down the return expectation for this year. So I would be thinking we probably may end up on a broad index level at single digit sort of return for this year, both for the small cap, large cap, as well as for the mid cap. I think the critical thing for the small cap and mid cap universe is going to be the recovery in the economy and recovery in earnings because they are much more vulnerable or they are much more attuned to what the earnings do. When earnings cycle is picking up, they do much better than what the large cap do. But when the earnings cycle is going down, they tend to do much worse than what the large cap do. So to that extent, I think the focus should be on the earnings cycle. Valuations are not cheap for them. So I think, if we get the earnings coming, then we'll probably see some valuation compression happen because, the earnings will grow at a faster pace than what the stock prices go up in F25. And so, you'll probably get a single digit return, whereas, the earnings go up at maybe, 15 to 20%. And so you can make money. Now, this is what I'm saying on the broad index. Now, of course, for, people like us or anybody who's doing active management in the small cap, mid cap space, we keep hunting for the ideas. And, the universe is quite large, right? Especially if you think of the small cap, you probably have 800 stocks you can look at. So in that, you have to go and find some ideas which generate the alpha. So even if the index doesn't do enough, you still, probably can find some alpha and ideas which are quite compelling. And that's what our job really gets down to. It gets a tougher job because, you don't have that much beta helping you, but then you have to create alpha, and that's what we really should be paid for.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe.